Hello everybody, I'm back with another video. Tonight we're going to be doing a head-to-head comparison between both the paramilitaries. So I got the Para 1 on my left-hand side, and I got the Para 2 on my right-hand side. So first off, let's go through some quick differences of it, okay? So first off, right at physical appearances, you'll notice that the tang sticks out on the Para 1, whereas the tang does not stick out on the Para 2 and looks more flush. Basically, with the Para 2, it's starting to look like more, Spyderco for me, because a lot of Spydercos, actually, if I have a few examples here, let's see, like this. You notice how none of the tang sticks out, on the stretch, or even the Sage 2, completely flush. So with the Para 1, I don't know why they made that design, but yeah, the tang sticks out on the Para 1, and not so on the Para 2. So that's a good move on Spyderco's part. Also, you'll notice that the lanyard hole is actually a lot larger on this one. I mean, no need to go finding something to help pull your lanyards through if you're into that, into making lanyards for your knives. Easily dwarfs the Para 1, hands down. Also, the pocket clip is actually moved up toward the top, and so it makes it for a much more low riding clip than the Para 1, where you can tell it's much lower. I think on the Para 1 you have about like that much of it sticking out of your pocket, whereas on the Para 2 you only have about that much. Not only that, but on the Para 1 you're unable to reverse the pocket clip to any other side other than just tip down right-handed carry, whereas on the Para 2 you got the full four corners. Not only just the four corners, but even the four corners all the way to the edge, so you get the lowest riding possible, lowest riding clip possible. On the blades themselves, you notice how the Para 2 has Sal and Eric's logo on there, whereas the Para 1 only has Sal's logo on there. Blade thickness seems to be about the same. Oh, one thing you will notice is the jimping. Very weird. The jimping on the Para 1 seems to be more copious underneath the choil than the Para 2. But when you flip it over, the Para 1 has less jimping on the thumb ramp, and the Para 2 has like double the jimping, plus a little bit of jimping from the liners near the handle scales. So aside from that, it looks like the opening hole is about the same. I think my eyes deceive me. I believe the Para 2 is slightly larger. Not only that, but actually the ricasso here, or I don't know what you call this place. I thought it was always called the ricasso, but this part right here is actually longer. See, as I line them up, you can tell that not only that the Spyderco CPM S30V lettering is slightly larger, but there's also more space going from the handle to this part right here, whereas there's less space on the Para 1. So what that does is this. Now if I line up the knives together right here, see how they're equal? So as I move toward the tail here, you notice how it's about the same, not much difference. But watch when I move toward the blade side. You notice how much longer the Para 2 is compared to the Para 1. Because of that, it makes it for a better looking, blade to handle ratio. In the past, the Para 1 has always looked like it had a stubby blade because it's so much shorter, because they wanted to make it more civilian friendly. The Para 2 for me is actually, looks wise, a lot better. Plus you got more reach as well, and then now you got a better, handle to blade ratio. The other thing that most sticks out on this is that now from the tail end up, you notice it's about the same. It's got the same palm swells and everything like that. When you get up to the choil, you notice that the Para 1 is more rounded, and it's more, it has less of a choil for you to put your finger in when you need to choke up on the blade. On the Para 2, you got a wider choil plus a nice, generous, aggressive cutout for either your middle finger or your index finger if you want to hold back, or if you want to choke up. There you go. It feels so much nicer in the hands, and plus you don't feel like your middle finger is going to slip over this little hump here on the Para 1. Aside from that, the G10 on both feel exactly the same. Now I know that's carbon fiber, but I actually have the original G10 scale sitting here. And now that I have this out, I want to show you something really cool here. Now on the original Paramilitary, you notice how this is milled out here. So basically the metal liners only come within this milled out part. And same with the other side. This is the this is the locking side, and this is the other side. So basically the metal liners, there's less metal, inside the G10. So which makes the knife slightly lighter. Now with the Para 2, it's not so. If I get a flashlight in here, you'll notice, oops, if I flip it over here, you'll notice that there's some, the metal liners come almost all the way to the edge of the G10, which makes it a little bit heavier knife, actually. So, but that's something I like though. I like heavier knives. It makes it feel like a more substantial knife in your hand. So, now not only that, but I think the detent on the Para 2 is a lot better than the Para 1. I'll show you a little bit of it right here. So you notice how on the underside of the choil here, on the Para 1, notice a slight cutout on the right hand side of the choil there, whereas on the pair 2 there are none. So what that does is that when you have the now when I start closing the blade here, I want you to watch that compression lock here. You see how that compression lock popped up a little bit? What that is it's actually seated inside this little groove here to create the detent. Unfortunately, there's not much detent there, so you know it's very, very weak actually. So for example, watch this. When I press the compression lock, you see, first of all, you see how the blade just drops. Okay, now watch when I try and flick it close. You notice how the blade doesn't close all the way. You know, so if you flick it too hard, it'll just pop right back out. See? So now on the pair 2, you just notice how I can do it, and it'll just close all the way without me doing anything. You know, so on this one, let's see, I need that light again. On the pair 2, and this might be a little hard to see, I'm not too sure, but you see there's a ball in the very, very far corner there. So now that's the main difference that I can see between the Para and the Para 2. You notice there's no ball at the end there. So basically, this ball creates a lot more resistance to closing and opening the knife. But when you close it properly, look, it just shuts it. You know, whereas the Para 1, see, I can't even get this thing to close all the way. You got to do it like really lightly, or actually. See, or you know, you basically have to get a good feel for it, you know, like this. So, but on the Pair 2, it takes much more force to, you know, to get that blade just to snap shut, and there it is. So very, very nice, very good detent. And of course, you've heard the stories on YouTube and all the reviews where the lock on the compression lock on the Pair 2 is just making your fingers all sore, which is actually true. You know, when I first bought the Pair 1, I thought, hey, this lock is really, really harsh, you know, against my fingers when I'm trying to grip it, but or when I'm trying to disengage it. But you know what? Now that I hold the Pair 2 in my hands, the Pair 1's lock is like a walk in the park. The 2's lock is much more aggressive, much more stiffer. You know, see, you have to press it just right to get that blade to close. So where I found it easier to press is I get my fingernail right on the top there, not on this part, but on the top groove there, and it actually shuts the blade a little bit better. So, but all in all, both knives are great, and the Pair 2 has made some great advancements, you know, over the Pair 1, and I really highly appreciate Spyderco for redesigning the Pair 2. So, at any rate, I'd say if you guys can find one, definitely get a Pair 2. I mean, I mean, aside from the stiff locking, which I'm sure will break in over time, it's got loads of improvements over the Pair 1. You got the larger lanyard hold, the 4-way positional pocket clip, the lower ride pocket clip, the better detent on the compression lock, the longer blade. I mean, the list goes on and on. Oh, deeper choil, I mean, deeper cutout for the secondary finger placement, and the larger choil, and a slightly larger spidey opening hole. I mean, really, the list goes on and on with the improvements on the Pair 2 over the 1. So, okay, well, I want to thank everybody for joining me with this quick comparison. So I'll catch you guys on the next review or video, whichever one I make. So again, thank you and take care.